Hello there. How are my Bear Cub graduates doing today? I'm doing really great. Weather's wonky, but that's life. It goes up and down, or it's too warm, it's too cold. So we adapt as much as possible because that's all you can do. Hello to Lady Di. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great and everything's going your way. I see it is. I was watching your channel. Budget for Success. Hello. I'm feeling fine and doing well with my life and everything. And we do hope again the weather gets a little bit better. Nightlife, how you doing? Yeah, I thought the list would be the East Coast the way it was going, or either some of the West. I was waiting on the top 10 to be like California, New York, somewhere there, and it was just like, boom. It was most of the southern parts were having trouble, so maybe Congress needs to take a look at that and see where trouble's happening. Their representative, there's problems going on, so everybody's having problems, but that's their main focus of the Republicans. So hello. Budgeting student, how are you? Yes, I'm a cancer survivor. I had breast cancer, which caused my lymphedema to get worse than what it was. But I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm enjoying life. Everything's okay. We have little symptoms around here. My daughter has IBS, different things. My son has different things, but we rock and roll on. That's all you can do. You just keep on rolling. It's okay. God gives you a purpose or a reason, and you just push on. Spice Budgets, I'm so proud of you. She's paid off like 90% of her debt, and she's got one credit card to go, you guys. So get over there and congratulate her also. Mommy with the money, I hope you enjoyed your giveaway that I sent you. And thank you for laughing with me. I try to keep everybody's spirits going because, budgeting gets a little hard. Budget with Fatima, how are you doing? Did she go off on vacation? Did you go on vacation again yet? I have to keep track of her. She disappears on you and woo. Okay. GPS odds and ends. Hello. Thank you for watching. Old School Budgets. I'm still checking on you. And yes, Arkansas is a stressed out state. All the states were on there, but they were at different forms in life, on that roll there. But I was just surprised which ones they threw on there. And I felt so sorry for Mississippi being number one, or all of them being anywhere near there. Michigan, yeah. Yeah, Denise, Michigan put you on the list. It's on the list down there somewhere. And I don't mind doing shout outs for people that, I'm listening to your messages and everything, and I look at all the video comments and trying to get to make sure I put the little happy, heart and the kissy poo thing up there for you. And Frugality is Life. Congratulations. She's paid her debt down, and they're working on her husband's truck engine, and we're praying for you with that. And up in Canada, and I hope it's not a snowstorm coming your way. I heard you say one province had one. I was like, no. We don't need that. But Frugality is Life is doing great. And Managing Mona's Money, Managing Mona's Moolah. And got me thinking about, because I was looking at her, she was paying off her debt. It went down. She's paying off her mortgage. She's debt free, no credit cards. And type thing, but she just has a mortgage. But to watch her I was late joining her channel just popped up one day, and I was like looking at it like, wow, look at that. But I went back yesterday and watched all her videos from the beginning, and what she paid down, I think she got down to 87,000 and a little few pluses, but she was down from, if you go back to like April, July, looking back and everything. And she has made a wonderful, joyous, phenomenal progress. Just great. fantastical. Just great, just great. And I'm so proud of you. Frugality is Life is working on her foundation, and it's coming up, working slowly, but she's got it. Congratulations on Etsy also, with all your little things going on, and we're getting those watch hours together and everything. So I did watch also Frugality is Life and Managing Mona's Moolah. I keep Moolah. This is a bad morning for me. It was somebody else I had been on today. Oh, here my little notes. It was Izzy Budgeting and Coupon I looked at since yesterday. But you guys are doing great. And other people I don't call out, just let me know if you need some help or, or whatever. And I don't mind shouting out to help you out if that will help. But today we're going to cash stuff my sinking funds. But we're going to talk about, I guess, endurance. Okay, really quick. Endurance. You're doing better than you think you are. And looking at Mona's video the other day with her, on the house coming down. And, some people look at videos, or you look at my video and you think, there's times I know you're thinking, I'm not that far yet. Or you're looking at other people, I'm not that far yet. And we can't do that. You have to stop yourself. Your journey is your journey. And you have to go as slow and as fast as you can go. Hopping the budget with Bunny, like she wrote on my survey, I'm still working on it. That's fine. She's going whichever way it's going, it's going. That's her journey, and we really don't have a right to criticize anybody about their journey. They're doing the best they can with whatever amount of money they have or whatever budgeting style that they have. So you're doing better than you think you are, but maybe you need to write it down somewhere. I had to write mine down. I wrote mine down. Matter of fact, this morning, I was sitting there thinking, I said, how much stuff have I paid off? Yeah, I got the house and the car left. But, it feels like sometimes you went through the whole year, and it's like, how much did that pay off? It goes in a minute. Once you pay it off, it's kind of like in the wind. And I sat down and realized I paid off 26 items. I just counted the items. But it makes you feel better looking back, or kept the amount you paid off, or what's going on. Not thinking. We have to learn to focus on what did we do great, and try not to focus so much on our failures and disappointments of how we didn't make it, how we didn't get to be homecoming queen or king. You don't have to be. You don't have to be that to be successful. Success is in your mind. You have to adapt and be open to new things. You may not make it. You have to grow your mindset, start reading a little more, maybe about finance things you don't understand. Maybe you'll find somebody that understands. You can actually sit down and listen to it and understand what's going on. Maybe you want to grow your mindset on stock and bonds. How do I invest? And take a little course, maybe on YouTube, maybe someplace else. Maybe there's somebody on there. Maybe you just want to listen to, I call the greats that are wealthy and have made it. Maybe you want to understand what Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are talking about and what they're doing. How did they get there? A lot of those people that got there, they didn't even finish. Some of them didn't even finish school. They didn't even graduate. They just came on. They had a compassion about themselves. They believed in themselves. They were open to new ideas. They were listening to other people that had made it. And how do you make it? It's a continuing process. Education is a continuing. It never stops. But you have to have also compassion for yourself, not everybody else all the time. Because there's a little voice in your head that constantly will tell you what you can't do. And you have to tell it, I'm not listening to you. I'm going to try this. It's going to tell you you don't have the skills to do it, that you're not worthy of it. You're not worthy of success or love or somebody being nice to you. But you're worthy. You have to forgive yourself. And forgive others and move on. If they're not in your sphere, you need to move on out and keep going. Some people you got to drop, you got to leave, I told you. And sometimes you have to endure. People criticize all the time. I mean, just listen to them. You can't turn that TV on without somebody criticizing somebody talking about somebody, instead of going on about their business or trying to bring another person down. And we have to now, more than ever, endure the criticism constantly. People criticize in the comments. And some of them don't know what we're doing. You should do this, you should do that. We can't follow everybody. We have to learn to endure and struggle through. If you're cash stuffing and saving money, you endure what you need to endure to get through that and earn your money. Your goal is to earn money. And if your goal is to get a different job, it's to get a different job. Those are your goals, and you have to endure whatever comes, whether it's failure or whatever. And some people will set you up for failure, and you have to watch all the time. But you take it slow and steady, you will get there. I remember the first year I started teaching, I went to the school, got in my classroom, looking at the roster. The kids came in. I tell you, it was a class from hell. Those teachers and the principal had set me up for failure. They had put in my homeroom, which was my first class, I had them for 3 periods. I taught them, it was French, history, and English. So I had them for 3 periods plus homeroom where you would sit for 15 minutes taking attendance and everything. It was a class from hell. And that didn't stop because the other 3 periods was the same way. It was another set from hell for 3 periods. So two sets all day. I was furious almost. And I mean, they immediately were kids that wouldn't sit down, wouldn't do that. I mean, they started on the first day because I was set up that way. The teachers had threw out all their bad students into my room and another new teacher's room. She wasn't crying. She was just losing it over there. And I came out of there and left the first day. And I remember calling my parents because I had the other job I worked at in the evening. And I was talking to my second boss, telling him about it. And he just immediately stopped and started brainstorming about what can you do to endure that, or was I coming over there full time with him instead of the evenings? And called my parents, and my dad and mom said, you go back in there, you go back, don't let them run you out. It's not the kids, it was administration and the teachers. They knew who they put in that room. So I went back, stayed up all night, different set of rules, endured, and said, we're not doing this. If you want to be treated like young adults, okay. If you don't want to be treated like young adults, you're getting out of here. And the people that set me up, I just started sending them to their room. Okay, you go back over there and sit for 15 minutes, and when you're ready and we talk about it, you might be able to come back. Your next step is the office. And that's the way it went. It went that way about a week. And all of a sudden the kids went, okay, she's not playing. And that became the best class that I ever had. We still meet up. You know, after they graduated, we meet up. You know, hey, Mama C, you want to come out? We're all going to get together at the park this summer, blah, 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 blah. Still see them running around. But I had to endure. What if I walked out? What if I walked out on this budget? I would have still been in the same place I was last year at this time. Sitting there wondering and worrying about how I was going to make it. Waiting on my check to come so that I can start the cash stuffing, and not really knowing what was going to happen, whether I was even going to have enough money coming from my one check to even get started. But I had to endure. And I tried to rice and beans with Dave Ramsey, but my endurance was totally different than that. It worked for a minute. It got me out of one debt in December. And then in January, I was going, I can't keep going to the bank. You know, I'm paying off the credit cards. That was my goal. But I was like, I need to use them. I don't want to be walking from place to place, paying stuff or going to the grocery store, paying the bills. It was daunting. Plus, it was wintertime. I wasn't out in the mood. Plus, I'm disabled, so it's a little difficult to be hobbling around town like this. You know, my legs go, that's not cute. This is not fun. And I know that I'm very independent. So it was like, okay, I like rice and beans, but not every day. In budgeting, sometimes you got to enjoy your life. That's why a lot of people fail, because you don't enjoy everything. I was determined I'm going to enjoy something. And in January, I went on that no spend. I said, just stop so that I can think. I'm not spending a dime. We got what we need, just freeze. And I came out with, I'm using the credit card, watching the credit card. I have to learn to use these credit cards because we're starting up a business, and off it went. And I know you have to also be independent, and I do too. I've always been independent. My parents raised me that way because they said, we won't be around. You got to take care of yourself. You got to provide for yourself. If you have kids, you got to take care of yourself. You may be alone. You got to learn to make your own self laugh sometime. Can you make yourself laugh? Do you crack yourself up sometime or think about what somebody did and just burst out laughing? People won't admit it because they're self-conscious. I'm not self-conscious about that. But you have to be independent somewhere inside yourself to say, really, I don't need anybody to take care of me. You know, like I told my husband, I said, I love you, but if everything went awry, I can do it. I will do it. And I know I can do it. And I do. I just keep on going. I don't need anybody to hold my hand. You don't need anybody to hold your hand. If something happens, can you endure and take care of your finances and everything's all right? You can take care of the house. You can take care of the car. You know, form that partnership with your spouse or your partner so that if something happens, I'm going to be all right. I'm not going to feel alone. I may be living alone, but I don't have to feel alone. I will go still on trips with other people, singles or whatever. It's a hard thing for a lot of people to do. They're sitting at home now just looking at their four walls. But you have to learn to go on. You have to be independent. And you have to be a problem solver. Are you that problem solver? I'm a big problem solver. I rewrite my budget all the time. Like, this can go over here, this can go here. Do you plan from A through Z? Not A, B, C, A through Z. Do you solve your own problems about what bill that you really need to pay? Maybe you don't have enough for a certain bill. How you gonna solve it? Did you call the company? Or did you hide? Some companies are really stubborn. They say, oh no, we can't do that. Because they about as broke as we are. And I usually tell them that too. You're about as broke as we were last year. and they didn't like that very well. See, when you call people out, it was like, wait a minute. And sometimes, I remember before, I just didn't pay it. You couldn't pay it. You didn't have enough money. You couldn't get there to that point. So you have to be a problem solver. Number one is to call the company. Number two, if they don't want to work with you, see if the other companies will work with you for a minute. Maybe you can get on a payment plan. Think of ways you can solve things. Instead of sitting there going, woe is me. The ones that are going to get out of this inflation are the ones that are not going to sit back and go, woe is me. They're going to find some kind of way to do something. And not be silent about it. And learn to grow with it. If there's a mistake and it didn't work out, okay, don't do it. Think about what you're doing. So remember, you're probably doing way better than you think you are. You have probably surpassed your own self with what you've done and don't realize it. So we're going to put $10 into each of the Titanic funds, I call them. The first one is Amazon, which we got to get going here. And nightlife, what have you been doing? And how is that little wallet doing? And remember our next, that was Amazon. This is the business one we just did. And this was this debt. Any kind of debt. And our dental. It's $10. Family. And it's just family. It could be anything. Yeah, our giveaway is the 30th. The day before Halloween, because we'll be at the Halloween ball. Gifts. These gifts are not Christmas gifts. These are gifts like wedding, baby shower, house. This can go toward anything, but I try to keep it up. It can be maintenance, putting things on there, insurance, all insurances. Which I'll probably have to take some money out of because we're getting ready to pay those for the year. Medical, remember my medicine, one of them is $500 a month for the rest of my life, yes. Medicine, medical, and my premium for my insurance, that was in there too. Optician, our eye doctor. Miscellaneous. And last but not least, transportation. Oh no, that's not last. Forgot, unexpected back there. And then unexpected, we're gonna put 10 this time in here. All right, so there we go. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourself and endure, and take care of yourself. Love you. Hello, Budgets with Elma. Yeah? How you doing? Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.